Hi, welcome to Best Friends. It's the midwinter edition following the storm. Boy, that was a watershed event in a lot of people's lives around Olympia, and Lacey and Tumwater, obviously. I know people who didn't get their power back for 5 days, and the shelter was one of those. We burned up one emergency generator, and fortunately, the city of Lacey had a loaner, and so we did get through. Hardly had to shut down at all. We did kind of abbreviate our field services, but oh my goodness, I am so glad that's over. I'm holding a dove. It's because Valentine's Day is coming up, and they are, you know, the symbol of love. I think those are the white ones. But this is also a domestic dove. We've had this little guy for quite a while. He and another dove were brought to us at the same time. She had been rather severely neglected, had a broken pelvis, and had been starving because the people who had her, I don't think, realized that she couldn't get to the food and water, which kind of broke my heart. So I've held on to this little one for a little longer than I would normally before placing him for adoption. But he is, I think he's fine. He may have some structural issues, but they're barely discernible because he is capable of fluttering in his cage or flying. And he does prefer to feed on the ground. But he is just a lovely companion in my office, and I'm sure he would be a lovely companion in your home. I'm saying he advisedly. To be honest with you, there's very little difference in the sexes here, and I'm not sure what he is. But somebody who is more dovey than I am could probably tell you that. Anyway, he's available here at the shelter. He is a lovely guy, and maybe you would be interested. Well, we're going to switch from our chinchilla-coated little girl to a very, very dark tabby and white bicolor short hair here. This is also a very social cat. I don't know much about her background. She came to us as a stray. She has a wonderful, confident personality. She's very good with small children, which of course is always a big asset in my opinion, having grandchildren who like toting my cats around. But she is just an absolutely marvelous kitty and would be an asset in any household, whether there are children in it or not. She's just a very loving cat. And she has this rather interesting tail, too. It has like 2 crooks in it, which is always, I think, I don't say that it's a nice thing for the cat, but for identifying a cat, it is a nice thing because it's as individual as a fingerprint. And no, I don't think it's because of an injury. I think it is a kind of a genetic thing. We see this way too frequently for it to have been caused by some kind of injury. There's no sign of fracture in the tail. It's just made that way. What a pretty, pretty girl. So much personality. Personality, right? Yes. I don't know if this kitty is going to show up well against our background. She is pure milk white. has lovely yellow eyes. You know, now and then when you get the blue-eyed whites, then you suspect that there may be hearing loss, but I don't think that's the case here. Sometimes white animals are a little less immune responsive, and there are issues there. Not so with this one. She is very healthy, it seems, and she is very outgoing, just a lovely, huggable, snuggly, and extremely decorative cat. My goodness, how could you not enjoy watching this girl? She's just beautiful. She has a wonderful coat that is that's soft, but at the same time not tangly fur, and very thick and full. Gosh, if she had gotten out last weekend, I don't think anybody would have found her. She looks like she'd be perfectly camouflaged in a snowbank. We don't know how old she is, but she is, I'm not sure that she's even spayed.
Yes.
Oh, I'm being told she is spayed already. Oh, you're lovely. Look at those nice yellow eyes. Well, let's see. We had white. Now we have black, also medium haired. This one is male, not female. Big guy. Very, very sturdy, very outgoing, loves people, loves dogs, does not like cats. So if you are a cat-owning household, this would not make a good second cat. However, if you are a dog-owning household, he might be perfect, depending on your dog. He is exceptionally pretty. And as you can see, very comfortable with people and strange situations. Where the little one with the white fur was looking at that camera like it might eat her, he's looking at it like it might be his new friend. Right, right. This is a kitten that's been in foster care, came back in yesterday. This is Sahara. We've already placed Serengeti. Looks a whole lot like a British Shorthair. It has that broad, flat face with the distance between the eyes. It's a pretty distinctive kind of structure. Of course, I have no way of knowing if that actually is what's going on here, but whatever, it is an absolutely adorable cat. Prefers laps and people to anything in the entire world, practically including food. So our foster home did a marvelous job of socializing these kittens, and whoever adopts Sahara will be a very fortunate family indeed. I think she would be fine with children or not. So if you have a dog in the family, you would want to deal with that carefully, of course, but I think she might even manage to deal with that. I don't know about other cats. She did, of course, have a litter mate, and I guess almost all cats do, but then they decide later that they do or don't like other cats. And I really think that she hasn't really shown any sign of disliking other cats, though, so she might be a good multi-cat possibility. This is a very sleek, racing model cat who I suspect is also going into heat here. Oh well. She is a Duluth Tortie or Torby. See the stripes running through her coat, and she has that wonderful kind of muted color pattern that is typical of the Duluth Torbies. Very nice striping pattern as well. It's unusual for us to see an orange tabby, even with white on it, that's female, but this one is. She has the added wonderful characteristic of being a drooler. Some people find that very attractive. I'm not very enchanted with it myself because my cats do sleep with me, and waking up with a wet pillow is just, you know, not wonderful. However, she is a wonderful companion. She really enjoys being around people, and I think she'd probably be, again, tolerant of little ones. She is a beautifully attractive cat with her white vest and shawl and her lovely orange fur. Okay, well, never mind. They're two. They look just alike. If you see this one, you know what the other one looks like. These two kitties have a condition called cerebellar hypoplasia. It isn't anything that is contagious. It is technically a birth defect, where if the mother cat was given a particular vaccine during her pregnancy or early pregnancy. Hi. Hey. Okay, now you're seeing the other one. That one looks just like it. These two are very dependent on each other. They have some balance issues and coordination issues, although you're not seeing them right now. They're better coordinated than I am. And they are very dependent on each other. The larger one that isn't in the picture right now is the protector, and this little one is kind of his sidekick. But we definitely will reduce the price because we do want them to go together. It's really important to these two for them to go together. And we know that they have the medical condition. It isn't that troublesome, really. They may not be quite as well coordinated as most cats, but then again, most kittens are kind of clumsy, and so you're not going to see a huge difference. You are, however, going to be vastly entertained because these two are endlessly curious and into everything. There we go. There. There. And they are happiest together. This is a beautiful brown tabby that has, I think, every shade of brown that there is in this coat, from golden brown to dark brown, and the coat then is stippled like an agouti tabby, and so that makes it even more unique. She is a beautiful cat. She came to us with a full complement of fleas and ear mites and what have you. All of that has been taken care of. Her coat is remarkably plush, just a beautiful cat. And also such a snuggler, such a loving kitty. Boy, this is one that would definitely keep you warm in the evenings while you read. As if anyone has time to sit down and read. But if you could, she would. This is one of a litter of Rexes that we had. I love the curly whiskers. Aren't they great? Of course, the rabbit's not real crazy about my playing with them. But just a terrific little litter of bunnies. We've placed all but 2 at this point, and one of them had to have surgery for entropion, which has been done at this point. And this is just a wonderful bunny. I notice we need a nail trim here, but I think we can manage to take care of that. This one did get into a tussle with the other female rabbit, which isn't all that uncommon with rabbits. And so she has a small injury back behind her ears that is healing. And now, of course, she's separated into a separate cage. But that's whenever people get 2 rabbits, it's important to know what the sex is, for obvious reasons, but also because you don't always have compatibility, and that's important with a bunny. These guys make great house rabbits. We don't require that our rabbits be spayed or neutered like some shelters do, but we do have several vets in the area that can do that at a fairly reasonable cost. And we'll be happy to give you the information when you come to adopt. Such a pretty girl, yes, very nice. Rex are one of my favorite breeds. They just seem to be very friendly. Well, that's all the critters and cats that we have time for today. Stay with us. We're going to go visit with the dogs in just a second. Hi. Welcome to the dog segment of our show. This is a puppy who is 4 months and is a little glutton, it sounds like. You know, as carefully as she is burrowing for the treats that are buried in my hand, she is not applying any kind of teeth. She's very soft. And she is a pit mix of some sort. We're not quite sure what. I love the ear thing going on here, the way the one ear flops over and the other one points the other direction. How can you not be enchanted by something that cute? Adorable coat, just a silvery color. And it's cold, isn't it, sweetie? Because it's cold out here on the courtyard today. Yeah. I'd say part nerves and part cold. She feels really warm, though, to me. Would have to have a fence. All of our pit types do. All of our bully breeds, even if they're mixes. And she definitely needs... She definitely needs to be in a home where there are no other female dogs. The gender aggression kind of thing is sort of pervasive in the pits, and definitely it can follow into the pit mixes as well. And we really have no idea what she's mixed with, but she's going to be a very sturdy dog, aren't you? Yes, already am. Talk about an easy care coat, though. Wow. You won't spend much time having to deal with that. Just Saturday night baths, huh? Yeah. This is Jack. Jack is 8 years old. Jack is a Jack Russell Terrier. Oh, what a surprise. Jack came to us as an owner release, a home that couldn't have him anymore. He is going to have a fence, or if you have an apartment, he definitely requires secure confinement. So if he were an indoor dog, and he could be one, you definitely would have to take him out only on leash, because he will be gone if you don't. Also, he cannot be around cats. Like most Jack Russell Terriers, there are some exceptions, but like most Jack Russell Terriers, he is cat lethal, and that won't do at all, because that's just not an okay thing. So if you have an arrangement, a living arrangement that would accommodate this little dog, that would be a great thing. If you were going to keep him as an indoor dog, he needs a tremendous amount of exercise. And so absolutely lots of, he would make a good jogging companion, provided you didn't see any cats or squirrels on your jogs. And he would also do well with just a lot of exercise. Needs to do lots of walks and things like that. Might be okay at a dog park. We have not tested him that way, but he does seem to get along with other dogs. So if you are interested in a smallish dog with a very high energy level, here you go. This is Rocky. Rocky is a pit bull, and he is 3 years old. He's neutered. He came to us with some skin issues, which have since been cleared up. He may have some minor special needs when it comes to skin issues. He is a very human-oriented dog, very comfortable with people. He's also very strong. But he's a good boy. No, you want to go see Heather, don't you? But you're going to have to stay with me. Darn. There. Yes. Rocky, can you sit? Oh, please. Oh, good. Sit. Thank you. It's just hard to keep all of your body on a bench when you're a rather large dog. Anyway, he is going to have, clearly, a fenced yard. No other male dogs in the household, because we don't want anything untoward happening. And, I think Heather's going to have to deal with the collar here, because I can't get it buckled again. I really like this dog. He's thoughtful. One thing you need to know about him is he is not food motivated. He is affection motivated. Yes. But he doesn't really care about treats. That would worry me. But he may be toy motivated or something like that you could substitute. Fortunately, he's just a very accepting, gentle guy. And as always, whenever you are adopting a dog, you want everyone in the family, and that means the other animals as well, to be as comfortable with the animal you're adopting. This morning we had a family bring their goat and chicken to see how they would do with the dog that they were considering. And actually, that was a very good idea. Not that we gained a lot of information in terms of how the dog would relate to the goat and the chicken, because it liked both of them, but did gain some information about whether or not that dog would be likely to stay home. And that was an interesting kind of experiment. We keep cats, obviously, at the shelter, and so we can test dogs with cats while keeping both the dog and the cat safe. I would be suspicious of Rocky with cats. Wouldn't leave a cat alone with him, but in spite of their reputation, pits are often very good with cats. Of course, many of them aren't, but we would have the capability of telling you that before you adopted. This is a little 6-month-old American bulldog, probably mixed. Hard to know. She could actually be purebred, but she is definitely full of it. Very affectionate, very lively, and fortunately very food motivated. I have trouble understanding how a dog comes to us without being food motivated. So Rocky is a mystery to me, but this one definitely is food motivated, and she is very eager to please. She is just a sweet, sweet girl, full of energy. She is going to get bigger. American Bulldogs do. They're not the same as Pit Bulls, and she's going to be a sizable gal when she's finished growing. Have to have a fence. No other female dogs go through this every time, but we do have to go through it every time because she is a bully breed, and we want the adoption to succeed, and not doing those things is a recipe for failure. And the last thing we want is for this little girl not to do well in her new home. We call this little one Junior. He is also, yes, a Jack Russell. He came to us as a stray. He was already neutered when he came to us. We did get a dental cleaning and procedure for him. That's very important for dogs. It can be something that encourages poor health, from heart disease to many others that arise from really bad teeth. I think he smells the cats on my sweater, and so it's keeping him very occupied. But he is very calm for a Jack. He did go into foster care, and the foster home had chickens and other dogs and children, and he did very well with everybody. He wasn't even particularly interested in the chickens, which is remarkable for a Jack. Don't know at this point how he would do with cats, but I suspect we could certainly find out. He is not as hyper as Jack, our other Jack Russell that we have right now, but I think he is just a remarkably calm guy, and you can just see the intelligence flashing back in those eyes. I think he would be a great dog to train. What are we smelling? And I think you'd just make a great pet. Again, secure confinement required. You don't want him going after your neighbor's cats. If you want to maintain neighborhood relations, you need to keep him on your own property, but that pretty much goes without saying. I think that that's all we have for you today. So Junior and I thank you very much for joining us for our Best Friends presentation. If you are thinking about giving a pet for Valentine's Day, stop by the shelter and pick up a gift certificate so that you can allow the sweetheart that you're giving the pet to pick out their own. That's a kindness above and beyond the pleasure of opening a box and finding an animal with a bow on it. It's much more appropriate to be able to live with that animal, and that really does depend on some buy-in by the recipient. So do that for us. And if you don't want to give a pet, what you might want to consider is giving someone a brick in commemoration of a beloved pet, or simply recognition of a beloved pet for our county dog park. And that would be a good thing to do. So come see us one way or the other, just to visit if nothing else. And we'll see you next time.